Prime Minister Olmert, it appears Iran will not back down, is intent on obtaining nuclear weapons at any cost. What do you think the end game with Iran is, since sanctions appear it's not going to stop Iran?
First of all, the sanctions are very effective, and the situation inside Iran is very bad. And there are signs that there is a growing number of people which are entirely unhappy with the price that they have to pay because of the sanctions and because of what seems to be a provocative plan that is entirely unaccepted by the international community. That's number one. Number two, I watched President Obama talking to an exclusive interview to the Israeli television just the other day. And he said that America will not allow Iran to have nuclear capacity, full stop. And all the options are on the table. So I don't think I have to say more. And I trust the American president, by the way. I trust him. I think he's a good man. I think he's a decent guy. I think that he doesn't say what he doesn't want to say, and he says what he wants to say. And if he says that all the options are on the table, and that if the Iranians will not abide by the demand of the international forces and the international institutions, then America and others will have to see to it that Iran will not have nuclear capacity. I think this is a very explicit signal to the Iranians, and I hope that the president will do precisely what he hints at this point. And I don't blame him for not saying it in more explicit terms, because if you want the other side to eventually accommodate, you don't want to create a psychological environment that will make it more difficult for him to compromise. So you want to leave some room so that it will be like a joint compromise rather than a surrender. But I think that this is the strategy of the wording of what the president says. But in substance, I trust him that he will not want to leave a legacy of a nuclear Iran towards the end of his service as President of the United States. And therefore, I believe that he will do what needs to be done.